There we go. You can't see properly.
Let's do it.
My name's Peat.
I'm Marc, and welcome to FanCastit episode 2.
Alright, if you weren't watching the previous episode, this is where we take an entire cast of a show, movie, or series, and we cast it better than Hollywood and you, because we're better than you.
We are. Alright, so today we are digging into the world famous property that everybody seems to screw up.
Avatar?
Legend of Korra. So as you know, Legend of Korra is a spin-off of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Which did horrible.
Alright.
Theater.
M. Night Shyamalan.
And like Shyamalan.
He sucks. Hopefully in this version we are doing a hard reboot. We're not thinking about the last movie that came out. We are simply going off of our ideas. So the first person that we have to cast, obviously, is Korra.
Yeah. Star person in the series. She controls and bends air just like Aang and certain other elements.
She's originally a waterbender, which should give her a kind of native vibe. I think that's something that the movie version, Avatar: The Last Airbender, really did not get correctly. Even if you look at the show, a lot of their aesthetic is native. They live in the North and South Poles. They dress like native people.
They literally wear parkas in the whole
They do.
The whole show.
And she had darker skin.
Yes.
Something that M. Night Shyamalan thought meant white people. I don't know how that happened. He sucks. So, the person we have down as Korra is actually Auli'i Cravalho. I cannot believe I got that in one take. That is incredible.
Leo.
God damn it. Auli'i Cravalho.
There you go. Yeah.
Alright, if you don't know that name or it doesn't sound familiar, that's because it's incredibly hard to pronounce. She starred as Moana in the title movie Moana.
Now, Moana was a first-time role for her,
Yeah.
and it was a really, really big success. I mean, even though Dwayne Johnson was in the movie, you could credit some of the success towards him because he is the lead actor in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, and don't sleep on the Lin-Manuel Miranda soundtrack.
Yeah, that was really good. We feel that she would play the part perfectly. The native Polynesian heritage comes into play.
Absolutely. And as much as that, the physicality that comes with the role as well. We've seen her in interviews, we've seen her in behind the scenes, we've seen her doing voice recordings of Moana, and I think her body type works. Got some karate moves in there, got a little bit of training, which actors tend to do. Before you guys blow up in the comment section, every single actor tends to do their martial arts training before the movies. You guys see Chris Hemsworth before Thor? Yeah.
All right. I mean, Daisy Ridley didn't know how to swing a stick before Star Wars.
Perfect. Okay. So, give her a little bit of both, give her a little bit of muscle, give her a little bit of training, and I think she'll do wonders. I feel like she is somebody who can both harness the sassiness and the vulnerability that Korra needs in order to get her role down, and I love it. I love her.
All right. Next up, we have a fan favorite in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on TV. From Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have Chloe Bennet playing Asami.
Okay, so Asami Sato is the beautiful engineering genius, daughter of a industrialist in Republic City in Legend of Korra. This is somebody who is supposed to be drop-dead gorgeous, who turns every head as soon as she walks down the street.
I don't think you guys have recently seen Chloe Bennet. Gorgeous. Stone Cold Fox.
No, she is incredible, but more importantly, she kicks ass. And
ever seen the fight scenes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., most of them are her. She does do some of her own stunts and obtains bruises on set, as you can see in her Instagram photos and videos. Chloe Bennet is also technically sound, so I feel like it would work in well with her character.
Yeah. I really like the idea of somebody who is completely unassuming coming in and you just get this idea that she's a looker and she doesn't really have much else going on. But, oh, she's also a genius. And, oh, she also kicks all kinds of ass on top of that.
I feel like she's seen The Legend of Korra too.
I'm pretty sure she has. I just get that vibe. All right, moving on. Mako.
Taylor Lautner. Now I know before you all start, before we get like killed and our subscriber count goes to like 0 in like 100 seconds, let's look at the facts. Taylor Lautner is not the greatest actor in the world.
No, he is not.
As we've seen in Twilight. I mean, most girls like died literally over his body and his looks.
But Mako is also not the greatest character in the world. And I think it works. I think that if we go for somebody who is a little corny, a little taking himself too seriously, and we kind of play up on that angle, play on the idea that him and Korra are supposed to be together, but spoiler alert, doesn't happen. I think that Taylor Lautner works great.
I mean, I kind of feel sort of salty about her not ending up together, but it's okay. Taylor Lautner has the body type to play Mako.
Yeah, if we're talking about a strictly physical match, I don't think anybody else works as well as Taylor Lautner. Even if you think he's a little too buff in Twilight, look at him in that Tracers from 2015. He was phenomenal in it. It wasn't a great movie, but he did his role well. And in this movie, we basically need him to be a meathead sports all-American athlete type.
Which is technically what he's played in his past roles.
And who eventually morphs into something a little more thoughtful and a little more real. And I think that Taylor Lautner can do it. Where were we again? Bolin! Best person to choose for Bolin would be a young actor. He actually doesn't have a lot of credits, but he is famous right now for playing Jay on The Descendants. So if you are under 12 or just a creeper who watches the Disney Channel still.
And not to mention he was like the Clearwater boy in Twilight. Like,
yes, he was.
Alongside Taylor.
That's right. We're talking about Boo Boo Stewart. I knew him from, or I recognized him from playing Warpath in Days of Future Past, and kind of saw him and was like, wow, yeah, this guy looks exactly like Bolin. Same build.
Same build. Same monetary skin tone that the movie would need.
Yep.
I mean, we don't want to stray too much away from that. If you're thinking about it directly, most directors have messed up with casting different races for different movies.
That is true. And also, most importantly, he looks like he could be Taylor Lautner's brother.
He could. Honestly, he could.
Yeah, right? So, I think that he would be great. I think that he brings a lot to the role. I've seen him in interviews. He's a pretty funny guy. Give him some good writing, good direction, and I think that he can make the character of Bolin really shine.
I'd have to pick a good director, though. Okay. Moving on. The next actor been known to play some good movies and some off-chance movies that are really, really bad. Going forward, there's been the Matrix series, There's been Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, there's been recently The Day the Earth Stood Still. That was a really bad one where he played an alien.
But he was also in John Wick.
John Wick was a good series, and 47 Ronin was not bad for a samurai movie. Of course, we're talking about Keanu Reeves, who is a very, very good actor. And by far, in Hollywood, may I add, the most caring and giving.
Yes.
You all got to step up.
Yeah, seriously. All right, people out here dropping rape charges left, right, and center, and Keanu Reeves is dropping half his paycheck so his crew can continue to do a movie. I think you'd bring an intensity, but also kind of a measured, level-headed presence to the character of Tenzin, which is the mentor of Korra and actually Aang's son. So, I mean, come on, this is something that Keanu Reeves can have fun with. Shave his hair bald, let him grow out a beard, give him some tattoos, and just go wild.
Mulan is the greatest character she's ever played in Disney. Ming-Na Wen would be perfect for the role. I feel like this could cross over into her playing like a great character in live action. Yeah. She's great at martial arts, as we've seen in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. She played a badass character before. She's tough, she's resilient, and she has like a youngish voice for her.
Yeah, weirdly enough. I think that's actually the one thing that we would have to work on, get her to smoke some like cigars and pack it in. But we love her for playing Lin Beifong We want her in the metal armor, leading a police force into the depths of Republic City and just constantly busting Tenzin's balls the entire time. I really hope that in the Hollywood version they play up on Tenzin and Beifong's relationship. I know in the series it was kind of like a passing thing, but I really wanted to play up on that angle because that was kind of fun.
The whole thing with that too is that she was like, as much as she was busting his nuts, she was like powerful and strict while doing the whole thing.
And they had each other's back.
Yes.
Yeah. No other choices. I couldn't think of anything. And finally, we get to the villain. All right. Now, Amon in the series is mysterious. He's powerful. He has like an entire cult behind him. And
since the first series.
Yeah, that's right. The first thing that you recognize for this character is that mysterious, creepy voice. Just that all the way down.
It's really, really like, it's not monotone as you would call it, but it's like, it's almost at that creep like villain factor where you can be like, this is a good villain. This is what I want my week to be.
And this is where it gets hard because we need somebody who is gonna walk that thin line between 90s episodic cartoon mustache twirling villain and serious 2010 that could actually life situation.
I can't remember. Does he wear a mask in The Legend of Korra?
He wears a mask in The Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Yeah. Almost the entire time until like the last episode.
Okay. Of course, we're talking actors. Daniel Day Kim.
Daniel Day Kim, you know him from Lost. He's been in about 100,000 other properties, but he is perfect. More importantly, he's Asian, and you know what? I just don't think we can go into doing a Avatar movie without casting Asians. But it's not just that. It's the physicality that he brings to the role. That like square jaw that he's got going on that could probably have him playing Superman. I did on that. Make him wreak all kind of havoc.
It's also pretty good for him to play a different character, seeing as how he's actually already played a character in the cartoon series. Hiroshi Sato. He voiced Hiroshi Sato. It would be interesting to see him play a different character in such an evil fashion as well.
Yeah.
So it would be a good spin on his part to see if he could dip his toe into the water of Amon.
Ladies and gents, I think we got this puppy casted. What do you think?
I think we got it casted. Let us know in the comments if you can do better. Probably not.
Probably not. And thankfully, you don't have to choose Team Pete and Team Marc this time around because we're on the same page.
Like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on social media.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shoot.
And by the way, we had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for tuning in. But we wanted to let you know that when we said native, we actually mean indigenous. We mean no disrespect to our indigenous brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thanks.
And namaste.